Tonight on ABC27 News at 7, a deluge floods streets in parts of the mid-state. After not getting enough rain for so long, a little too much too quickly in some places. The head of the statewide teachers union says they're not getting enough guidance from the state on how to safely reopen schools. And an underground explosion in New York. What caused this and what danger still lurks?
Now, live with breaking news. This is ABC27 News at 7.
Hey, good evening. I'm Dennis Owens. Valerie has this Friday night off. Thanks for joining us. That breaking news is in Lebanon County along I-81 South. It's causing traffic to back up onto the northbound side. Take a look. The crash happened between the Annville, Fort Indiantown Gap, and Grantville Hershey exits. PennDOT says a tractor trailer rolled over. Then there's multi-vehicle crashes followed. Injuries are reported as of now. However, there are no fatalities. This is a live look at the backed up traffic. What a mess there on Friday night. That's on I-81 North. PennDOT is rerouting that traffic. We're also following a story in York tonight where there's been a manhole explosion downtown. This was near Beaver and Philadelphia streets. A few surrounding roads are now closed. Met Ed is on the scene. No reports of injuries. We are following this story for you as well, and we'll keep you updated on air and online at ABC27.com. Well, there is flooding in Lancaster and York counties tonight, Dan, as I said. A little too much, too quickly in some spots.
Yeah, if we could have spread that out over 2 or 3 months, that would have been nice. But instead, 2 or 3 inches of rain in about a half hour to 45-minute time period. And now the good news is any flash flood warning has been allowed to be expired or canceled. So no more flash flood warnings. Those waters hopefully receding for the areas that did see flooding. But over southern parts of Cumberland County, northern Adams County, still a storm trying to get its act together. This is much lighter than what we've seen over the evening hours. So over parts of Chambersburg, Shippensburg, mostly light rain compared to that flooding rain we've seen in places. So for this evening, still that chance for stray showers or a thunderstorm. Temperatures in the 70s. Tonight we will stay cloudy and damp. The bottom line is the heaviest rain has moved out. It affects parts of the Delaware Valley, even a tornado warning. But again, flash flood warnings are over with at this time. Back to you, Dennis.
And the Philadelphia Phillies have been canceled already, too.
That's
for tonight.
true.
All right, Dan, thanks so much. Take a look at this. Speaking of the weather, here's the scene in York earlier tonight near the intersection of Route 30 and Roosevelt Avenue. Cars driving through high waters, their front bumpers almost completely submerged, meaning they shouldn't be driving through that. Remember, if you see flooding like that while driving, the saying is turn around, don't drown. And along the same road, here's one guy who opted not to travel by car. Take a look at that, Dan. Inside, he used a raft and floated down the flooded Route 30. Well, a decision on youth sports is being delayed 2 weeks. That's the latest word from the PIAA following Governor Wolf's recommendation yesterday that all sports be canceled until the new year. This means fall sports will begin August 21st. Until then, the group is hoping to get more clarification from the governor and use this time to consider all of its options. Students and parents, though, are now left in limbo.
I wish, they could just make the decision and get it over with for me, but I do appreciate the fact that they're looking at some things maybe that weren't discussed or thought of before, especially, how it affects these kids by taking it away.
The PIAA, which is the state's governing body for youth sports, says it's gotten 7,500 emails in the past 24 hours from concerned parents. Back to school jitters are not just for students this year. Coronavirus has caused a spike in anxiety, even for the adults in the room. As back to school day draws near, a spike in anxiety and fear for teachers.
I'm not sending my own child to school, but if I'm in the classroom with students, I could still be bringing it home to my family, even though I'm trying to protect my own child.
For parents,
once we go back and there is one case, the school's going to shut down. There's going to be such disruption. Parents have to pivot real quickly and figure out what they're going to do.
My understanding is that right now we're completely legally vulnerable.
And administrators. If a student or staff gets sick, God forbid dies, the district would be liable. Schools have asked for, but have not yet been given, immunity from lawsuits.
No school can guarantee that their conditions are perfectly healthy, that everybody will be fine. That there's no guarantee of that.
Forget guarantees. Are schools getting enough guidance from the state?
To be honest with you, we don't feel that we are at this point.
Rich Askey is the president of the statewide teachers union, which has been a longtime supporter of Tom Wolf. They're asking for a little help, and quick.
We need better language on social distancing and facial masks and other mitigations. We need clearer metrics on whether a school should reopen face-to-face all the time or whether it should be a hybrid method or when do you close down. And right now we don't have those metrics, and that's not good.
And Askey notes that every day more and more schools are choosing to start the school year online only. But not the Newport School District in Perry County. They're going to have in-person classes for all grades 5 days a week. The board voted on that last night. The district says it is prepared to move to a hybrid approach, switching between in-person and online instruction if that becomes necessary. As more schools push for online learning, some are concerned about where kids are going to get fed. The nonprofit Power Packs help students in both Lebanon and Lancaster counties with food over the weekends. Now, because of the pandemic, there figures to be more of a challenge on the state to feed hungry children. Complicating the issue, a federal assistance program that did provide money to Power Packs is set to run out. State Secretary of Agriculture Russell Redding says it's doing what it can to make sure students do not go hungry.
So our call is to please the U.S. Department of Agriculture work with us. We all have the same goal, make sure that folks who are in need of nutrition receive it, particularly our young folks.
And parents who need help feeding their kids can apply for it. We have a link on our website, ABC27.com. Well, Pennsylvania today reported 758 new coronavirus cases, bringing the state total since March to more than 117,000. The state says there were 1,200 fewer cases this week compared to last week. The percent positivity rate also dropped to 4.1%. 4 mid-state counties do have concerning rates, however. They are York, Juniata, Lancaster, and Mifflin counties. The state death toll is just under 7,300, with 15 additional deaths announced today. The Department of Health says as of today, all nursing homes have completed baseline universal testing. More than 2,500 shipments of PPE were pushed out, and 69 National Guard strike teams were deployed to 34 facilities to contain their outbreaks. Well, tomorrow there will be a prayer ride, for missing Amish teen Linda Stoltzfus. Police believe she was abducted by Eusto Smoker in June. Neighbors are hoping to show support for the Amish community with this event. Everyone is encouraged to wear yellow to represent the clothes Stoltzfus was last wearing. That ride begins at 11 a.m. at the Ephrata Community Church. Still to come for you on ABC 27 News at 7 this Friday. A grand reopening for a decades-old bar, the changes at the downtown York staple.